Okay guys, so I'm gonna do a question on frequency tables here. So again, the maths of this is not massively difficult, but the way in which it's worded can be tricky at times. So this table here has the amount of goals scored in the number of matches. So basically, in 15 matches, 1 goal was scored. In 14 matches, 2 goals were scored. In 9 matches, 3 goals were scored, so 1. So it says find the mean number of goals scored per match. So the mean number of goals is the average amount of goals that is scored in every match. And again, the maths is not difficult, but it is a little bit tricky to understand. So in 15 matches, 1 goal was scored. So that means in those 15 matches, the total number of goals was 15. What I've done is I've done 15 times 1. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 15 multiplied by 1. In this one, 14 matches, 2 goals were scored. So I'm going to do plus 14 times 2. Here, 9 matches, 3 goals were scored. So I'm going to do 9 times 3. In 6 matches, 4 goals were scored. So I'm going to do 6 times 4. In 10 matches, 5 goals were scored. So we're going to do 10 times 5. And finally, in 6 matches, 6 goals were scored. So we're going to do 6 times 6. So what I've done there is I've worked out the total number of goals scored. So when I put that into my calculator, I do 15 plus 28 plus 27 plus 24 plus 50 plus 36. So the total number of goals scored is 180. Right. But I have to divide that by the amount of matches that were played. And the amount of matches that were played is 15 here, plus 14, plus 9, plus 6, plus 10, plus 6. That gives us 60. We're actually told that. But if you add that up, it will give you 68. So I divide that by 60. So the mean number of matches scored is, or goals scored in a match, is 180 divided by 60, which gives me 3. And if you look at it, that seems about right. 3 comes somewhere in the middle here. The second question is, what's the modal number? So, of goals scored. So how many goals was scored the most in a match? So what's the most common amount of goals scored in a match? Well, if you look here, you look for the biggest number here, which is 15. So in 15 matches, 1 goal was scored, and that's the highest. Close to it is 2 goals scored in a match happened 14 times, but 1 goal being scored in a match happened 15 times, so the modal number is 15. It's the most. In what percentage of matches were 3 or 4 goals scored? A little bit tricky here coming into percentages. So 3 or 4 is this and this. So it's 9 plus 6. So in 15 matches, right, 3 or 4 goals were scored. There's 60 matches in the total. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 15 over 60 times by 100. That's how we get my percentage. 15 over the total number of matches, which is 60 times by 100, and that gives me 25%. So in 25% of matches, 3 or 4 goals were scored. And find the greatest number of matches which could have ended in a draw. A little bit tricky this. Okay, you have to know a bit about football. So the end of the draw, there has to be an even amount of goals scored. So either 1-all, which would be 2 goals, or 2-all, which would be 4 goals, or 3-all, which would be 6 goals. Right? You can't have a draw with an odd number. So the amount of matches that could have happened was in 14, could have happened in 14 matches, could have happened in these 6, and could have happened in these 6, which gives me 26 matches in total.